liftoff.
The world's most powerful telescope has blasted into space, soon to offer unprecedented images of the universe. The biggest space telescope ever constructed has been launched into orbit. The James Webb telescope is on board a European Ariane rocket which took off from French Guiana. It's the successor to the Hubble telescope and designed to beam back unprecedented images of the universe. It's the most powerful ever built, and the developers hope that it'll reveal stars and galaxies from the birth of the universe, as well as distant planets, which could provide evidence of life beyond Earth. Our science correspondent, Rebecca Morrell, has more.
And we have engine start. And liftoff.
The start of a blockbuster astronomy mission.
James Webb begins a voyage back to the birth of the universe.
Inside this rocket is the biggest telescope ever sent into space.
Punching a hole through the clouds, 20 seconds into the flight.
This is the James Webb Space Telescope. It's a successor to Hubble, but 100 times more powerful. After 3 decades in the making and a cost of $10 billion, it's finally on its way.
We've never attempted anything like that in space before. We're going to be entering a whole new regime of astrophysics, a new frontier. And that is what gets so many of us excited about James Webb Space Telescope.
This space telescope is a feat of engineering. At its heart is a 6.5 metre wide mirror made up of 18 hexagonal segments, each coated in a layer of gold. Its size means it can detect the incredibly faint light coming from the most distant stars. It also has a huge sun shield about the size of a tennis court. It's made up of 5 layers, each as thin as a human hair. And this protects the telescope from the heat and light of the sun. Sitting a million miles away from the Earth, the telescope will give us our deepest ever view of the cosmos, from seeing the birth of the very first stars and galaxies to revealing new planets in far-flung solar systems.
What excites me is making discoveries, things we haven't thought about. And there's a whole history of astronomy that shows how, when we've looked at the new universe in a new way, we discover things we hadn't thought about, and there's something really exciting about doing that.
To get into space, the telescope's so big it's been folded up to fit inside the rocket. The most challenging part is getting it to unfurl. It's been practiced here on Earth, and that's hard enough. There are 300 points where it could go wrong. But if anything fails in space, the telescope is too far away to be fixed.
Séparation Webb Space Telescope. Go Webb!
This is the most ambitious space telescope ever built. Now its mission has finally begun, and our view of the universe is about to be transformed. Rebecca Morrell, BBC News.